Laman buat jadi yusamari sonam di sosa gona yang tadi kota lama langsung jumina kaya kerja Yoruba mina mede gas tatsu je chuncho langsung zacat nolai yang isong Yoruba mina mede gas sunda di sabda tel min tatsu je chuncho jadi zacat nolai yang isong Yoruba mina terek Yoruba mina gaul Kare sena teni pamthok yajetan Yora mina teni jode yarsa go yarso go chung yag samike rewa yoma jode mala go sam doba yoma teni jekti je khamna pana rang nyerain tam topola so pathamchi garwa de jog do ba teni tela thupa yan cholo Then they into they answer then ta Yora mina Komaya Yoma. Then Koma mina then it tell Julian here Goma. Then that she into then they don't use to what the jolly thing Yomuria. Then it Jomina no meets on the Tata said they ended then Yora mina go in as
Then the questioner went on saying, but then what do we do when we are very poor? If really we are like beggars, we don't have any money at all. This becomes a hindrance because we can't even try to accumulate more merit, which is the cause of our poverty, because we just have no means at all. And then Richitomi replied that if you are poor, then you should also rejoice, because you haven't got anything, then you don't have all the worries that have with having something. You don't have the worry of making more, you don't have the worry of losing it, you don't have to worry about robbers or thieves, and you don't have to worry about family quarrels, because all family quarrels arise due to money and possessions. So you're free from all those hassles and all those worries. So you should feel really free in your mind and happy and enjoy it and use that freedom of your time and your mind to practice.
Natsi jeju malare pa takok chenu yaw. Tani nyemote mo tu sa tu ne zama jinga na tam ya me ya. Ti me de toa de ina na kan do. Me jungba na ko ma je yo. Tani ko ma de san de me je do ko ji ya de lo sa. Tani chinu men ro cha de. Men ro cha je chinu malare pa takok tongba na de. Te kama thong ku nyur chi ta ko nyur je zhe me le ne nyamo ma thong na chun chi mo ni ji yo ge de se khong ke nyang kha ru ni ma yo pu ka so ta po na ni ji jo yi se chun chi mo yo ni yo ko ni ji yo ge de so de ne kama ya ge mo sho re je zhe ma la ya ge mo sho re de no de chun me zhe de kama yo ma de
Milarepa himself was in a cave and he had absolutely nothing, just his pot to boil his nettle soup. And then as he was boiling his soup one day, the smoke was coming out through a hole and the smoke was visible from a nearby village. So there was a thief in the nearby village who thought, smoke there must be somebody out there, I better go and see if I can take something from the person. So he went and he sort of crept around and he saw this man in the cave and he realized that the cave was empty, that there was nothing in it. And Milarepa said to him, you know, if you'd come in the daytime you wouldn't have seen anything in there because there's nothing, and now you come in at night, you can't find anything either because there's nothing. And the thief, when he heard that, just burst out laughing. Milarepa burst out laughing, and both had a fantastic laugh together.
Come on, game of shooting. Milarepa game of shooting.
They're both laughing.
Then
So if you have nothing, nobody's going to come and rob you. So it's a reason to feel happy and to take advantage of it. And then the questioner carried on and said, well, what happens if one has a lot of possessions, one is rich? What to do? So again, Rich Tome replied, well, it's not a problem if somebody is rich. If you're rich, it's the result of a very good accumulation of merit. And you can rejoice because this is something that you can now use to do a lot of good. So you use that to make offerings to the Buddhas and everyone above you. And you use that money to help all others who are in suffering everywhere in the world. And if you do it like that, it certainly is not a problem. And you can feel very happy about having money and rejoice. It's a good opportunity to practice properly. So whatever you do, it is positive. And the person carried on saying, what do we do if we have a sudden death? If I'm going to die very soon, very quickly? And Rich Tome replied, well, that's not a problem either, because if you do a lot of bad things, the longer you are alive, the more you will accumulate negative things, and when you die, whenever it is, you go straight to hell. So you better die soon. If you're going to die soon, that's not a problem, because it's less rubbish that will have been accumulated and less suffering that you will reap for it. And then yes, but what to do if you live very long? And I said, well, if you live long, you've also got a cause for rejoicing, because if you live long, that means you can practice, and then through practicing, you can gain maybe realization and even achieve Buddhahood in your lifetime. So if you live long, it's wonderful blessing, it's wonderful, you can rejoice, be very happy. What they said there is very, very important, because they didn't just say it carefully to speak nicely or to make jokes, but they said it because really when there's the presence of true bodhicitta within one's mind, then everything is turned into something positive and good and happy. Whether one is rich or poor, sick or well, one lives long or a short time, all of it can be because of goodness and happiness if one has in one's heart the bodhicitta. But it has to be genuinely, truly present in our heart, and it transforms everything. So we have to prepare now. We have to do it now, we have to prepare now, work on it now, because if we live long, it's very likely that things will get much worse in this world, and the Buddha predicted that there will be more and more people of very strange views in this world. It's not just because the Buddha said so, but we can see for ourselves what state the world is in. The world has been preparing for possibly quite catastrophic events in connection with the atomic weapons. Like in the old days, people used to fight with guns, and that could do some damage, of course, but it was limited damage. These days, you send a missile with a nuclear head in it, and it's thousands of people, millions of people that die. So, because there's so much of it now, it's like it's building up. There's such a build-up of atomic weapons everywhere in the world. Situation is very volatile and very delicate. So the world has got more than enough to destroy itself now. And it has been predicted that there will be 3 phases when the world really goes down the drain. The first phase would be that everything becomes very polluted, very contaminated, that the water will dry off gradually. And then there will be the spread of very strong, severe diseases. And then eventually there will be famine.
Tani nga tsu tara ni kare tabe gorse nga tsu tse rinpo che ha, tenda chike yu rinpo che mena ya nga tsu kudura la